Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? Big red lips, long blonde hair.
All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday. It is November 3rd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your friends always at hockeypicks.com. Sign up today, get your cups, and follow the top hockey pickers each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com. ParlayCalculator.com. Count how much those parlays are going to pay out. All you got to do is go to ParlayCalculator.com. You can also catch the replay of the shows right here. If you go to our sports betting blog, if you ever miss a replay, you can get it on YouTube or on the ATS Stats, and also on ParlayCalculator.com. And this is where you put in your figures, and it'll calculate how much money you've won. And each and every day, let's do an example on how much money we could win. Say tonight we do the money line and we go 150, we go 220 underdog. Let's do a 400. Let's do a LSU beating Alabama or something like that, and then let's do 125, and then let's calculate that winner. Yeah, $2,265.91. But you got to hope that LSU game comes in for you if you do take that plus 400. I'm sure it's much more than plus 400, but it just gives you an idea how the ParlayCalculator.com works. And you know what? And ATSCalculator.com, it was last night. It showed us the money last night in a couple of the games, and you can use the calculator each and every day right here at ATSCalculator.com. All right, we got a good show lined up for you guys here today. Ross the Boss Benjamin will join us at the top of the hour. Ross came in last week, gave us a couple of winners, and hopefully Ross will. I know he's got a few games he wants to talk about this week. In fact, he wants to talk about the Alabama LSU game and the Bills Jets, BILs, GETS, Jets, and the Bills. The Bills Mafia is in the house, and we'll see what Ross the Boss has in store for us today with a college football, NFL football pick, and we'll see if we can get Ross riled up today on a Thirsty Thursday. It's always good to get Ross the Boss riled up on a Thirsty Thursday. All right, don't forget, check out our front page here. We made a little bit of adjustment. Took out that big ATS stat sign that was at the top. It was dragging everything down. So I figured, you know what, let's take that ATS stat and just keep the header here. And you know what, it works perfectly with the stadium background. If you look here, so I told my wife, I go, look at that. It looks like the cheap seats are up here. Hey, all the cheap seats are up here, and then down here you got the third level, second level. But it falls right into place with the background of the website. And check it out, ATSstats.com. And if you missed the show, you can always get the replay on this webpage, and you get the NFL trends, college football trends. We also have NHL, NBA trends, and Breeders' Cup this weekend. If you follow the horse racing like we do, you know we always give out some Breeders' Cup picks, and that'll be on tomorrow's show. But if you like Churchill Down, we will feed the ponies in just a few minutes right here at ATSstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5 times sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And you can find me each and every day right here. This is where I hang my my Yankees hat on the web at the YouTube channel. Or you can find us on your favorite podcast device platform, either Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple's iTunes, anywhere you download your podcast. Just type in a Ron Raymond Sports Betting Podcast, and we should come up there for that day. All right, I see a lot of people coming into the bullpen, and I always see my good friend Gloria Cage right there.
Put that coffee down.
Yeah, Gloria K is the closer, and FU Cancer's in the house with the Fat Albert's voice right there. Who's Mizzou? Yeah, nice winner for Who's Mizzou. He showed me his parlay ticket. Hey, don't spend it all in one place there, network. Good morning, Bullpen. Hope all is well. Show me the pearls, baby. Parlay a day keeps the pain away. Yeah. Hey, we used to have this when me and my buddy, we used to market the parlay calculator website, and we always try to find jingles with parlay, and one of them he came up was "My girl likes to parlay all the time, parlay all the time." Remember that song? But yeah, so we can do a lot of songs with the parlay. We had like 20 jingles going. It was funny. All right, let me see. Scott Champion's in the house. November 3rd, National Men Make Dinner Day. Is that a joke or is that for real? Hey, Scott, take the lead, gentlemen. Get in there and whip up something nice. Hey, and not just toast on peanut butter, right? What a big smiley face right there. Yeah, so it is. I guess it is. He wouldn't come. Hey, why would he just come up here and make that unless he's in the doghouse or something? Hey, Scott Champion, are you in the doghouse and that's why you want us to make dinner for our wives tonight? National Make Dinner Men Make Dinner Day. So I guess this is a real thing. All right, Brent Vianney, how you doing? We want winners. Yeah,
I want winners.
We always want winners here at the Raymond Report. It's a Maine's World. Jermaine Brown's in the house. Good morning, Jermaine. Good morning, F. Morning, fam. How's everybody doing? It's real, says Scott. Hey, it's real. And yeah, so I found a couple of new jingles here today, and I hope you guys are going to like this one. It's remember yesterday I said I needed to find an NBA jingle every time we start the NBA, so I wanted something that was good and we can recognize, and this came up. What do you think of this one? Probably get a copyright strike there, but we'll see about that. Or we can go with I know the Michael Buffer one where he's got Let's Get Ready to Rumble. I got a good one here, but I know if I play it, I'll probably get dinged with that copyright, so I won't use that one. But yeah, let's get on with the show, because top of the hour, Ross the Boss Benjamin will be here, and I want to get on with all the picks we have going today. And again, each and every day, we always talk about the Raymond Report, the value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and a money management system. Today, you're going to hear me talk about teams that are A, B, and C type teams in the Raymond Report. You can find the link right below the description. It's going to lead you to this page. It'll talk about the bullish, neutral, and bearish teams, along with the top 10 sports commandment of sports betting. And at the bottom, we do have a very good money management system. You can follow that system each and every day right here at atsstats.com. Just make sure you go in there, click the link, and it'll take you to the Ron's golden rules of sports betting. All right, let's go feed some ponies, as we do each and every day. The Breeders' Cup is here. And are you guys any Breeders' Cup fans out there or what? Yeah, treat yourself to a nice donut tomorrow for National Donut Day. What's your favorite donut? Hey, there's you go. Yeah, they're off and running today at Churchill Downs, not Churchill Downs, Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. And today at Churchill Downs, we're going to go with the number 3 horse in race number 1. Race number 1 is a $30,000 claiming race, 1 p.m. post time, 6 furlongs on the dirt. And we are going to go 3-1-5 today in race number 1. Sweet Beauty with Rocco Jr. in the saddle, 4-1 morning line on Sweet Beauty. Domitia Lucilla is driven today by jockey R. Santana Jr. Santana Jr. 21% money in the last 100 races. And the number 5 horse, a 15-1 long shot, My Tommy Lee, with Garcia in the saddle on My Tommy Lee, 21% in the money. And the number 4 horse with St. Eros Girl with my guy Luis Saez in the saddle on the 4 horse St. Eros Girl, 2-1 morning line, and that's the one I'm going to go with. I always try to go with Lewis because I know Lewis is a good jockey. And I'm going to do, say you got a $20 budget per race, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 4 horse, St. Eros Girls, today at Churchill Downs, race number 1. And hopefully it cashes you a nice winning ticket. And that pick is courtesy right here at atsstats.com. All right, treat yourself to a nice donut tomorrow, says F. And you know what? We've been having a lot of fun this week with what was your first car? What was your yesterday? We talked about your favorite movie. Let's go with the donut. I think, F, you're onto something here. What is your favorite donut? Hey, I got 2 of them. I'm a very simple guy. When I'm drinking a coffee, I like an old-fashioned plain donut. That's the way I am. But if I'm gonna go into the luxury part of it, and I don't know if you want to call this luxury, but I'll go apple fritter as number 2, and my silver pick is the Boston cream. So old-fashioned plain is my gold, apple fritter is my silver, and Boston cream is my gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze is my Boston cream. So let me know what your favorite donut is, and glaze for Lori S. Is that old-fashioned glaze or a plain glaze? You gotta be more specific, Lori S. Boston cream, Ron, hands down, says Scott. Hey, here we go. We got the crowd going here. Yeah, so Boston cream is in the lead right now for Brent Vianney. Yeah, Boston cream's a good one too. It's but you know what? I like the old-fashioned plain and apple fritters. If you ever have a good apple fritters here from Tim Hortons, I don't know if Dunkin' Donuts makes. I'm sure they do a good apple fritter. But yeah, apple fritters are good too. But yeah, old-fashioned plain. That's my go-to if I'm in the car and I'm just grabbing a coffee. It's less messy than a Boston cream or an apple fritter, right? All right, let's get on with the show. Let's get to, hey, you know what? Nice Krispy Kreme glaze. Oh yeah, there's a good one, Mark. Look at Mark Nation, coming out with these the topper. Mark, yeah, you're a topper, Mark Nations. He topped us all with that Krispy Kreme. I forgot about Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme's a good one too. Raspberry in the middle. I never had a plain donut. It's funny. Yeah, you know what? Simple, right? Less is more. Jelly filled powdered donut. FU Cancer says that jelly. Yeah, at least y'all looking like Bozo the Clown after with all the white stuff on your thing. Elliot V, good morning. Ronald had donuts for breakfast. Breakfast of champions there, Brent? Breakfast of champions. Nothing like a donut for breakfast. Eric, Ron, thanks for the pearls yesterday. Made $800. Appreciate it. Eris Castile, good job. Which game did we help you with? Hopefully.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, you got the straight cash. Krispy Kreme. Speaking of apple fritter, I just rolled one, Oh god, that's so funny. Hey, you know what? It doesn't take much to get the bullpen going here at the Rain Report. Yeah. So right now it looks like Boston Cream's in the lead, but Krispy Kreme's right there too. Yeah, Krispy Kreme's a good one. Close here. Krispy Kreme. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Some of the only place I know in Canada we can get Krispy Kremes is in Toronto and Mississauga. You know that there's a road there in Mississauga. I know that because my sister lives there, and every time we go, we always go get some Krispy Kremes. Jelly donut is the best, says Elliot V. Yeah, woo, says the Nature Boy, Ray. Woo. There you go, Johnny. Johnny's in the house. Yeah, I took the over in the Buffalo 4.5 winner Memphis. Michigan, Western Michigan, Memphis, and Milwaukee -10. Wow, good job, Eric Castile. Right on. Maple Barf, says F. All right, let me see. Maple Bar, yeah, that's a good one too. All right, let's get on with the show here, and let's go. We'll skip that right there. Ross the Boss Benjamin will be joining us at the top of the hour. Hey, let's do a little trivia. What do you think Ross the Boss's favorite donut is? We should do. Hey, let's see if we'll. I say Ross would be. Knowing Ross, he's a plain guy. I guarantee you, Ross is like a plain. I don't know if I go old fashioned plain, but I don't know. What do you call those? Yeah, glazed donut, a plain glazed donut. I think that's Ross's. That would be his go-to. I need a woo for that great ready now. I need a woo. That was a great. I'm ready now. Woo! Woo! Good job to you. Would never have played those without it. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? Western Michigan. We said yesterday. That was a nice selection, and Ohio the night before, so maybe the MAC is where we need to be betting more often, right? And yeah, Ross the Boss Benjamin. All right, let's get on with the World Series of baseball. Last night, game number 4. Hey, we're trying to find a good soundbite for the World Series last night. I don't want to do a Harry Carey. That's too... Yeah, but anyways, if you had Houston last night, congratulations. Game number 5 goes tonight in Philadelphia at Citizens Ballpark Arena or Stadium. And I always call it Arena. I don't know why I do that. But it must be a hockey guy. Everything's an arena. But Houston taking on Philadelphia. You got the Phillies going. They got to win tonight, right? And then they're going to face Justin Verlander. And they're going to send Thor to the hill tonight with Syndergaard. This will be an interesting matchup. Now, Verlander, a bit showing his age in the playoffs, right? Hasn't been very dominant. But looking at the line here tonight, minus 160. Again, I'm going to go with the Phillies. I think the Phillies is the play. Phillies don't win tonight, it's going to be tough. And normally I have a rule. My rule of thumb is this. Anytime I bet, like say World Series or NHL Stanley Cups, I don't normally bet playoff sports like in premium picks or investment, and I normally stop after the fourth game because game 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, it can go anyway, and it's just the value is gone in my opinion, right? If I were to play tonight, I would take the Phillies on the run line plus 1.5, minus 130, and as Stone Cold would say,
and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, gotta at least let him give it up a hit. Gotta at least let him give it up a hit. Yeah, you gotta get a hit tonight. Way to go, Astros. Ross eats chocolate donut holes. I bet you. That's a good one. Hey, oh, that's funny. National Make Your Wife Breakfast Day. Was it? What is it again, Scott? Make the Meal Day or something like that. Scotty's. I think Scotty's in the doghouse there. He's trying to get us all to make our wives make a dinner day. Yeah, make National Men Make Dinner Day. All right. I don't know if she probably knows that already. I'll ask her if she knows that. If not, I'll have to figure something out here tonight. All right, got to at least give him up a hit, says American Nations. All right, we do have a 2 games tonight in the college football. Let's go to college football. We never bet on C-type teams. No, we don't bet on C-type teams.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never,
Why not?
never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules.
You know, you're stupid when you do
Well,
that.
I don't know if you're stupid there, Denis, but yeah, against the rules. All right, we do. That was last night's game. The Chippewas, they covered. Central Michigan won, I think, that game. Western Michigan, they did cover. We got hooked, eh? We hooked them. Hook them, Dano. All right, let's talk about Appalachian State against Coastal Carolina. This is going to be a great game. I don't know if Coastal Carolina is as good as they were last year. Remember, Utah had to go play Coastal Carolina on a not a whim, but they said it was a rescheduled game, and they said, you know what, we'll take it. Or was that 2 years? That was Zach Wilson, wasn't it? Anyways, I remember that Utah went up to Coastal Carolina, and I believe the Chanticleers won that game. All right, let's take a look at tonight. The Mountaineers taking on the Chanticleers, and the Appalachian State, a 3-point road favorite. Now, you know what? I'm really happy that App State is on the road. I think if App State would have been at home, I think it would have been a little bit of more of a, not a one-sided game, but I think the public would have been more over App State. But I think this is a good game here tonight. -3, 63.5 is the line, and we do have a forecast of 30.1 to 28.1, and the over-under landing on 58.3. So we do like this game to stay under the total of 63.5. Now, App State, 3-2 in their last 5, 2-3 against the number, 4-1 to the over. While the Chanticleers, they are 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games, 2-3 straight up, and 2-3 to the under. I did have both teams in the minus on the value index. Look at that. I had Coastal Carolina minus 5.5, and I had App State minus 3.9, and the chances of winning 60.7%. Favoring the Mountaineers here tonight. Kogo is at 43%. The last time these two teams met was October 29th. Could that be? No, wrong one. Last year, October 20th, and it was a 30-27 victory for Appalachian State. And the last time they played at Coastal Carolina, they won 34-23. And let me see how App State does in Coastal Carolina. 1-1 record. And look at this. Coastal Carolina, they struggle. Hey, as my good friend Joe Namath would say.
Struggling.
Yeah, 1-4 overall against the Mountaineers. 2-3 on the money line. I'm going to go App State money line. I'm going to take the money line here on App State tonight, and hopefully it cashes you a nice winning ticket. All right, let's what's that? We did World Series. We did the Coastal Carolina, and we'll do the 2 NBA games here tonight, and I got to get my new NBA jingle. All right, hopefully I don't get dinged with a copyright thing, but we'll see. Isn't like trademark supposed to be like 7 seconds or longer? Hopefully, I don't think that's 7 seconds, is it? Let me see. No, it's 3 seconds. So hopefully we'll be okay. All right, let's go to NBA for this evening, and we'll take a look at game number 1. And let me see. Golden State taking on the Orlando Magic. Now the Warriors, 8.5-point road favorite. The over-under is at 226. We do like the Warriors to win tonight, and we got them winning by 9. Hey, just we're going to hook them right here. 118 to 109, the over-under at 228.1. And Golden State coming in on a 3-game losing streak, so they're going to be in a nasty mood. A C-type team. When was the last time you saw Golden State? Maybe a couple years ago with a losing record, 6-5. Look at the over-under, 6-1-1. Anybody play defense anymore? Hey, I know I got a good Rex Ryan offensive soundbite.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah. How about our defense? When are we going to put it together? Hey, Golden State, when are we going to put our defense together? 6-1-1 to the over. And there's Orlando. There's our defense. This is what Rex Ryan is saying to the Orlando Magic pregame.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, put it together. 1-7 straight up on the year. And 4-4 to the over/under, and look at the cow. The cow's at 23.5 and 76.2 for the Warriors. To me, this is a no-touch game. You know why? I think you guys know why, right?
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules to bet on C-type teams. So you got C on C-type crime tonight at the Amway Center in Orlando. And the game of the night will be at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, we have a 117-112 final, and 229.7 is the over-under. So we have it going over by a hair. Let's see what the ATS calculator says. You guys a believer yet in the ATS calculator? Let's see, Denver. Let's go Denver against OKC. Survey says, hey, Richard Dawson. I like the under. It says Solo Rider. Coastal with the points for me, says Brent. How deep do you think Syndergaard will pitch? 5 innings. I think he might go 5. 4 to 5. I think this one goes to the bullpen. And I think the over is a much better play. But again, once you get to game 5, and it's a World Series, it's beer pizza money. That's why you don't go crazy. Good point. C teams never type. Yeah. They'll bet on C-type teams. All right, let me see. Away team, 2.93. So we got Denver winning by 2.93, and 225 is the total. And when you look at, so we do have OKC losing but covering the spread, and they've been pretty good on the point spread, right? 4 ATS wins in a row, but is the do factor in, right? They're on a 4-game win streak, and when you look at the team standings so far, you can see that the OKC is one of the best teams against the point spread, right? Let's take a look right here. Let's go ATS. And again, look at that, 6-1 against the number. That's the only thing that worries me a bit, right? Because it's like the stock market. What goes up must come down. All right, we got 6 minutes, 7 minutes to go through the National Hockey League, and let's get the Oregon going. Loving if Golden State loses. I want to hear the Mike Singletary clip. Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Can't do it. Hey, are you talking about this clip right here?
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him.
Can't do it. I love Mike. Mike's got, hey, there's nobody better with Mike Singletary clips, for a soundbite on a sports betting show. Can't do it. Hey, I love this one.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
Hey, imagine you're a football coach and that's what you tell your peewee team. Hey, your mosquito team, your 9 and 10-year-olds. Hey, you're giving the pep talk. All right, listen up, eyes on me.
Cannot play with them.
Well, wrong one. Here we go. Here's what we're gonna do.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
Boom, here we go. All right, let's get to the NHL. Hey, no, I just ruined a good Oregon for the NHL with Mike Singletary clips. Well, that's okay. It's okay. It's a thirsty Thursday. Hopefully you guys are thirsty tonight, and hopefully you're thirsty for wins, eh? I want winners, right, Mike?
I want winners.
All right, let's start off in Tampa Bay, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, and you can see the Canes here going into Tampa Bay as a road underdog of +110, -130 is the line. I got the Lightning winning tonight, 57.8% on the percentage play. Now, they did beat Ottawa, but this is a game they had to come back. And if you follow the Tampa Bay Lightning, this is a veteran-led team, right? You look at this team in the second or third period, you don't even you wouldn't want to play poker with the Lightning guys because Kucherov and Stamkos, all those guys, Braden Point, Hedman. Hopefully Hedman's in the lineup tonight. They just nothing phases these guys. They can be down 3-0 and win a game 4-3. That's to me. That's why I love these. I don't know what it is with the Lightning and the Rays. I'm always betting those teams. But Tampa Bay tonight. Carolina doesn't look right this year. They're slow start out. Even though they're 6-3, if you watch those games, you need a bottle of Pepto-Bismol right beside you. Washington taking on the Red Wings. Now Detroit, bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. They tend to do better at home. Now they're taking on the Capitals as a home underdog. I do have Washington winning here tonight, 59.3 to 59. That's a lot of goals right there. The chances of winning, the percentage play, 59.3 compared to 36.5, and I got the over/under landing on 6.46. So again, I got to, for me to sit here and give you guys all the over/unders. This is why I've really laid off betting totals in the last couple of years, because it's about player availability, right? I don't care who's injured. I need to know who's available. But in hockey, you need to know who's the goaltenders. That's a must. Hey, you must know that. Yeah. Let me see here. Who owns the Chiefs?
Joe owns the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know. All right, the Bruce Cassidy Vegas Golden Knights. Now Bruce is coming back home in a sense, because he used to be a defenseman with the Ottawa 67s back in the day. Bradshaw, Cassidy. What a lineup that was on the blue line, if you follow junior hockey like I do. And let me see here, 63.1% chance of winning here for the Vegas Golden Knights. And we got a 3.4, 2.4 score and a 5.89 total. So we do like it to stay under. Ottawa's on a 3-game losing streak, but again, Ottawa, they're a bit like Detroit. Jekyll and Hyde, when they're at home, they tend to do a little bit better. Boston taking on the New York Rangers. Going to be a good one tonight at Madison Square Garden. The Rangers, they're off now. Both these teams are off one day. Boston coming back to win 6-5 against the Pens, and we have the Rangers as a -130 favorite. The over/under set at 6, and we do like the Rangers here with a 60.4% chance of winning. But I don't know if I'll touch this game, because Boston riding a 6-game high. The New York Islanders, the 6-4 New York Islanders, man, this team is pretty good. They just in. The Islanders are a pretty good hockey team, off a 3-1 win over the Chicago Blackhawks, and -120. And the Blues, yeah, they're singing the Blues these days. A -120. I don't know why they're a favorite here tonight. This should be like a pick'em line to me. And what's my -106 is my value index. And I do have a 46.6% chance of winning. And, basically this is almost like a reputation line here, right? St. Louis, they've been so good for so long, but I'm sure Burbank will get these guys back on track. And look at that, 6.06. So we do like it to go over the total tonight at the Enterprise Center. Seattle taking on the Minnesota Wild. We got the Wild winning at 67.4% compared to 32.9% for the 5-6 expansion Seattle Kraken. We do like this game to go over at 6.85, and Minnesota playing a lot better than they did at the beginning of the year. Montreal will be in Manitoba tonight, take on the Winnipeg Jets at the Bell MTS Place. Big line, -210. That's a bit. That's a lot. I think that's his way overvalued line. I like Montreal in this one here. 55% chance of winning for the Jets. A 43.2 for the Habitants, Montreal Canadiens. And just gonna take a double check here, make sure if my good friend Ross the Boss is in the house here. Start collab right there. Okay, I don't see him here yet, but he'll show up in just a few minutes. All right, we got the Kings taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. We do have a -175 line on the LA Kings. Now, the Kings 6-6 on the year, while Chicago 4-6. A little bit of a setback last game, losing 3-1 against the Islanders. A really good competitive game. Could have went either way. And Chicago now on a 4-game losing streak. We'll see if Luke Richardson can rein in the players back here and get them back on a winning track. Nashville taking on the Calgary Flames. They're coming off a brutal loss to the Seattle Kraken, right? And it all started Saturday night. They had a nice lead against Edmonton, then a nice lead against Seattle. So we'll see what's going on in Calgary. I think you want to maybe just watch this one as a fan, or if you're taking it, take Nashville. Maybe puck line here on the Preds, who are now on a 2-game losing streak. They also lost to the Oilers 7-4, and I have a 53.6% chance of winning tonight on Calgary. I got Edmonton beating New Jersey with a 3.6 to 2.9 score, over under landing on 6.63. And Edmonton coming in on a 5-game losing streak. We got the Canucks beating the Anaheim Ducks 3.2 to 2.8, the over under at 6.12. Anaheim, bust out the ticket tape, the parade, because the Anaheim Ducks are now on a 2-game win streak off a 6-5 win over the Sharks, while Vancouver, They're off a 5-2 loss to the surprising hot New Jersey Devils. You got Dallas taking on Arizona. We got the Stars winning this one 3.2 to 2.7. And we got the Panthers at the Shark Tank tonight with a 64.9% chance of winning compared to 25.9 for San Jose. And we got the over-under landing on 6.06. All right, let me take a look here. See if my good friend Ross the Boss Benjamin's in the house. And maybe, let me see, hopefully I sent him the, one sec here. Yeah, I think he's got the right link. But yeah, so let's take a look here at any more Armando de los Santos. How you doing there, Armando? God bless all the Rain Report. Woo, Ray, it's the man. Thank you, Armando. You are the man, Ray. Yeah, you got a Ric Flair. And let me see here. Collab. Oh, he's right there. All right. Let me see here. Mark Nation, got to at least give him a hit. We never bet on C-type teams. I like the under tonight, says Solo Rider. Loving if Golden State loses. I want to hear the Mike Singletary clip. Yeah, we played that one. Coyotes, after 2 consecutive home games, are 14-10 last 2 years. And Mario Sanchez, hockey teams are scoring more than the Raiders these days. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Las Vegas. Well, it's... You know, I got a lot of opinions on the Raiders, right? I didn't like the way the Devontae Adams thing happened. You know, well, I understand there's a business side to the NFL, but when you just want to go play with your buddy, that's not professional, right? Or who knows? Maybe there's another side to the story. But I'm a true believer in loyalty, right? Whoever drafted you, and if you're Devontae Adams, why wouldn't you not be the king of Green Bay along with the Rodgers, right? It's the perfect Batman Robin scenario. Why would you leave? It scratches my head as a football coach. But let me check here with my good. There he is. There's the man. Hey, there he is. Ross the Boss Benjamin is in the house with his Buffalo Sabres hat. How you doing, Ross?
I'm doing good, Ron. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love to see the Sabre. And you know what? You got a lot of me. I've been pumping the Sabres tires, and we talked about at the beginning of the year. Buffalo. There's new energy in Buffalo these days, right?
Yeah, they got a pretty good team. It's not about culture, energy, and all that. They got good young talent.
Yep.
And as opposed to a couple of seasons during this playoff drought where they got off to great starts or went on prolonged winning streaks and then just failed. I really think what they got going on right now is sustainable, and but we'll see. I mean, I'll be happy, Ron, going into the first week of April if we have a chance at a playoff spot. So that would show me that we've made major strides in that regard. And
you know what, Buffalo, the way they finished last year, it gave the fan base a lot of hope, and they came out of the gate doing well. And big win last night against the old Penguins, right? They're looking old, and that's the one thing. So Ross, at the beginning of the show this week, we're trying to get a lot of engagement going with the fans, and I said, "Hey, what was your first car?" Right? And my first car was a 1989 Cavalier RS, and we started asking the audience. And the one thing I really found out about our audience is we're really old, because everybody's first car was in the 70s and 80s.
Yep. Mine was a blue Chevy Malibu. It was 1971 or so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Year of the car.
Yeah.
Of course, wasn't legal to drive until 1974. So actually, it was a pretty nice car for a first car.
Yeah. And what's the legal age to drive in New York?
16.
16. Yeah, same here.
Yeah. 15 to get your permit now. It used to be 16, but 16 to have a legal driver's license. Yeah.
Here in Canada, they used to call your 365s. I don't know if they call that in the States. So when you went for your test, you had 365 days, like a learning permit. You can drive, but you needed somebody with you, and then you get your driver's your G, right? Yeah. And today, Ross, the question, and I got a lot of writing on this, so your answer is gonna be very important here.
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure. So we're talking about your favorite donuts. All right. Hey, and
after I just told my wife a little while ago, I got to cut back on all this junk I've been eating over the last few days. Favorite donut? powdered sugar on the outside and raspberry filling in the inside.
Oh, there you go.
Filling in the inside, I should say.
Yeah.
So
I had you as a glaze guy. Well, yeah.
I won't pass up a glazed donut.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's awesome. All right. So 10-1, I think Mario Sanchez won there. I think he got the cherry fill. No, but that's a Krispy Kreme's a favorite one here too, and Boston Cream's a good one. I like old fashioned plain. I'm a very basic old fashioned plain type of guy with a nice coffee. All right, Ross. Hey, we got some winning to do here this weekend, right? We got a couple of good college football. You know, it's that time of year, right? Well, you get near the November. A lot of these division games. You know, everybody's obviously the big one will be Ohio State, Michigan at the end of the month. But we're getting into some fun times right now. What did you think of that ranking last night that came out?
In terms of college football?
Tennessee number one?
I didn't see the BCS rankings. Ron, to me, tell me who's playing at the end of the year. Those BCS rankings and AP rankings and every other poll rankings in college football are pretty meaningless to me because those are guys that are voting on those polls that have no clue when it comes to sports betting. So I don't put a lot of, but refresh my memory.
So they came out with the rankings. They had Tennessee number one. Right. They had Ohio State number two, Georgia number three, Clemson number four, and then they had Michigan and Alabama at 5 and 6. Now, the only thing that I'm like you, I don't really get into the rankings. I don't really care about who's going to make me money, right? That's at the end of the day when I'm analyzing 150 football games for a weekend. It's all about where's my MAC divisions? Where all these teams. But the one thing that I really believe when you look at these rankings is that when you look at it, and if you're given the rankings, it's hard not to be influenced by a lot of these head coaches. You know what I mean? Like when obviously Tennessee is not a big influence.
Where do they have Georgia ranked? I'm sorry, Ron.
Number 3, ranked number 3.
So I mean, and ironically, Tennessee comes out as number 1, and Georgia in the AP poll, who's number 1 right along. Tennessee leapfrogs them in the BCS poll, right?
Yeah.
And ironically, they face each other this week. So you could find a little emotion in your handicapping equation there.
Yeah. So anyway, I just saw that and I was saying, you know what? It's it's the old adage in life, right? Show me the money. Like a lot of this thing has a lot to do with TV networks and money and stuff like that. And you just, but I like the fact that we're getting better into getting a real true playoff format eventually,
absolutely.
Right?
And Ron, hey, here's a perfect example of what we were just talking about. Tennessee is the number 1 team in the BCS rankings that just came out.
Yeah,
I believe that was the first BCS ranking, correct?
Yep.
Of the season, and they are number 1 in the BCS rankings, and Georgia's number 3. Yeah, Georgia is an 8.5-point home favorite against Tennessee this week.
Oh wow! You go. Hey?
Right, and you could say, okay, well, it's because the game's at Georgia. I get that, but even allotting a full 5 points to the home team when you're, this tells me that, so you add on 5 points for home field advantage. That means Georgia is 3.5-point favorite on a neutral field. And at Tennessee, they're just plus 1.5. So that's what I mean. I mean, the rankings mean nothing to me. I have more respect for the lines makers who have a great handle on these teams in terms of power rankings and strength of schedule and all kinds of different factors, as opposed to some guy at the Milwaukee Journal that is a lot of the pick,
you got something against Milwaukee or Ross or what? Hey, you got something against Milwaukee or something?
I'm being a little bit sarcastic.
Yeah. No, that's a good point though. Hey, you got a dilly right there, Ross. All right, I know you can't hear my sound bites, right? But Vols are going to come down to earth this weekend. Says tongue tied. We still getting more more donut voting here, Ross. Armando de los Santos, one of our loyal listeners, brownies donut. He likes brownie donuts. Yeah. All right. So Ross, we got Alabama and taking on Louisiana State. Now, Nick Saban can't afford any more losses because he's coming in at number 5 or 6 right now, and he's taking on LSU. Now Brian Kelly's there. It's really tough, when I think of the coach that just got fired at Auburn, Harsin.
Brian Harsin.
I don't know. Is there a certain pedigree, or is there certain you need to have certain check marks on a resume to get an SEC top Division I team to coach? Because it's the best division in football. Hey, what's his name would say, it's Division I football. And LSU, that was a great job. LSU is always a great job if you can get it. But you're going up against Nick Saban this weekend, and Brian Kelly's there. The start wasn't that great. I think that was the first night was against Florida State, where they barely they lost at 24-23.
I think by a point, and they missed an extra point with less than a minute to go to would have tied the game.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm trying to get at is in being a head coach of an SEC team, you got to recruit. Do we give Brian Kelly time here to really develop this program? But
I think based on the situation at LSU and him just getting the job, not a lot of time to recruit, losing players to the transfer portal because they weren't recruited by this coach and maybe feel like they wouldn't be in favor with this coach or not the type of player this coach is looking for, and having to bring in a ton of transfers to fill roles. I think he's done a marvelous job to this point in terms of what the record is. I believe is somewhere around 6-2, if I'm not mistaken. And here's the thing, though. Brian Kelly at Notre Dame was a great recruiter there. He'll be a great recruiter at LSU. But remember, he's faced Nick Saban twice in his career as a head coach.
Okay.
Both times with Notre Dame, both times. One time was a BCS title game in which they got blown out 42-14. Yes, there was something called a BCS title game not too long ago. And then in the college football semifinal in 2021, they lost 31-14, meaning Notre Dame and Brian Kelly. But anybody who watched that game knows that score wasn't indicative of how lopsided the game was in terms of territorial advantage and also physicality and athleticism. Now, having said all that, what's that got to do with anything, Ross? Well, it shows you, to me, in both games, Saban thoroughly outcoached Brian Kelly and took away anything Notre Dame could do strength-wise offensively. Now, this is also a Bama team, 11-1 straight up and 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 as a conference away favorite of 18 or less. If they're coming off a bye week, that improves to 4-0 straight up in ATS. And Alabama is coming off an off week. Bama is also 10-1 straight up in 8-3 ATS in their last 11 versus LSU. So they've owned the Tigers, and their only loss in that sequence came in 2019 versus an LSU team that went 15-0, won a national title, and had the likes of Joe Burrow at quarterback and a couple wide receivers that are playing on Sundays right now that aren't too bad in Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. The one common opponent that I really put a lot of stake in that these teams faced was number 1 Tennessee. I had number 3 written down because that's where they are in the AP poll.
Yep.
But LSU, when facing Tennessee, faced them in Baton Rouge and were blown out completely, 40-14. They were dominated. Alabama did lose to Tennessee, but that was in Knoxville, not on their home field, in front of 108,000 volunteer fans. Alabama fell in that game, 52-49. And the deciding points were on a 50-yard plus field goal with no time left on the clock. So in terms of that common opponent, and sometimes I'll put stock in that, especially if it's a quality opponent like Tennessee. Alabama definitely has the edge in that regard. And I just think that LSU has been, I think that Brian Kelly has really maximized this team potential. And I don't see them getting any better as the year progresses. While Alabama, this could be a statement game for them, Ron. They're not used to being on the outside looking in of the top 4 in the college football playoff rankings. And I think this is a big statement game for the Crimson Tide. I think they'll rack up better than 40 yards or 40 points in this contest, also probably near 500 yards of total offense. And I don't think LSU is going to be able to match that offensively. So as a result, I'm going to take Alabama as a free pick here, minus the 13 or 13.5, whatever it is right now at LSU on Saturday.
All right, so Ross Benjamin likes Alabama Crimson Tide minus 13 against LSU at LSU. That game looks like will be a night game, probably the ABC night or whatever the ESPN or ABC Sports game of the week. So it'll be a national audience watching that, and that'll be a good one. So Ross does like Alabama in this one. All right, Ross, before we get to your NFL pick, if people want to get more of your college football selections, where they obviously they get at your website, rbwins.com, or right here at ATS, right?
Yeah, ATSstats.com. I mean, I'm on Ron's show. I'm going to publicize Ron's site. I mean, yes, you can get my picks at rbwins.com. That's my own personal site, but you'll get the same picks at Ron's site, and you'll get them a little cheaper because I have a guarantee at my site. Ron doesn't, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, if you stick with me over the long haul, you're not going to need a guarantee. You're going to make money. I'm glad to see some of you are jumping in and buying some picks. And, last Saturday, Ron, I had a 10-star top play in college football on the Louisville Cardinals, plus 3.5.
I'm showing it right now.
Destroyed number 10 Wake Forest, 48-21. College football 7-3 the last 2 weeks, Ron. The NFL coming off a 3-2 week and 30-21 on the year, good for 59%. I will have a college football and NFL pick. I do have an NFL and college football pick up for sale, I should say, at ATSstats.com. The Coastal Carolina App State game tonight, I have the winner there. I also have a winning total in the Houston Texans and Philadelphia Eagles game on Thursday at ATSstats.com. My NFL 10-star top plays, which are my highest rated selections, 8-1 this season with those plays in the NFL, Ron. So a lot of good stuff they can get at ATSstats.com.
Yeah.
And Ron, when we get done with this, we'll certainly give you the instructions on how you could obtain my picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And big 3-1 week here yesterday. And the Ohio State just off to a poor start. But for some reason, Penn State always gives Ohio State. But then Ohio State really flexed their muscle in the fourth. And
boy, they talk about a swing of emotion in that
God.
game.
Yeah.
That was my only loser. Well, that was one of my losers in college football. I went 3-2 in college football last week. But geez, Ohio State's down in the game with 9 minutes to go. The next thing you know, they're covering the big point spread, and only to get nipped at the end with an by the way touchdown by Penn State with a little over a minute to go.
Well, you said it best there a couple of weeks ago when you were on the show. The emotions of college football, it's very hard to gauge and handicap. The swing, especially rivalry games and the conference games, it's just it's really tough. Some of these games, some of them, right? But all right, let's get on to the National Football League with the Buffalo Bills. Our Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. The Jets coming off a bit of a coming down to earth type of game last week against the New England Patriots, 22-17. A game where I think Belichick really knows how to take care of rookie quarterbacks or sophomore quarterbacks in the league once he figures them out. And then you got the Bills I'd say dominate, but the score doesn't show a domination. But to me, the Packers, I don't feel were ever in that game, 27-17. But looking at this game here tonight, this weekend, Ross, who do you like with the Bills as a 12.5 point favorite, over under at 46.5?
Yeah, it's come down, huh? It was 47.5 yesterday, and that's where my area of focus is going to be, Ron, because I certainly don't want to come on your show and be accused of being a homer, right? So Look, this is a high-powered Buffalo offense. I don't think I'm enlightening anybody or coming up with a great news story here by saying that. However, they're 6-1, and they are number one in total offense. They're number two in scoring offense, and they're number one in pass offense. And they've also allowed the second fewest sacks in the NFL at 11. However, you'd be surprised to know maybe that the Buffalo Bills have played 6-1 to the under this year, despite those gaudy numbers. And a lot of that has to do with their stellar defense, despite the injuries they've suffered, notably in the back end. The Bills are still number 4 in total defense, less than 300 yards per game, and also number 1 in scoring defense at 14 points per contest. Here's the thing about the Jets, off to a surprising 5-3 start. And yes, they're off a disappointing loss last week to New England. They had all the momentum in the world, 4-game win streak going into that game, and they came up short. But this still, New York Jets team through 8 games, number 11 in scoring defense at less than 20 points a game, and number 6 in total defense at around 311 yards per contest allowed. Also, keep in mind, the Jets did lose Breece Hall, but they still have capable running backs in Michael Carter and also the newly acquired James Robinson, who came over from Jacksonville. And, Ron, you mentioned that game wasn't as close as the final score may indicate. And you're right, because Josh Allen made a couple errors that we haven't seen in a couple years in that game, and he knows it, okay? But having said that, Green Bay still ran for over 200 yards in that game. So they, I'm not saying the Jets have the running backs the caliber of the Packers or the offensive line the caliber of the Packers do, but they exposed the weakness, Green Bay did, in the Buffalo run defense. And I think that will be the area of focus for the New York Jets in this game, Ron. I think they're going to be run heavy. They're going to try to keep Josh Allen off the field with some time of possession, and they're going to depend on their defense to come up with some stops. Now, and I don't see the Jets having a heck of a lot of success offensively against this Buffalo defense. Especially the Jets have allowed 21 sacks so far this year. And if Buffalo has improved dramatically in one area in defense, it's their pass rush, Ron. So I really like the total in this game. I like the under. And here's the kicker. Any NFL division road teams with a total of 43-49 in that parameter coming up a home favorite straight up win or in which they failed to cover. The Bills 27-17 over Green Bay last Sunday night, but failed to cover as a 10.5-point favorite. NFL division road teams with that totals parameter and coming up that scenario the week before, 24-2 to the under since 2011. It's a 92.3% betting angle. I'm going Buffalo and the Jets under 46.5, Ron.
I like it. Benny and the Jets. Yeah. I remember that's when you said Jets. I saw that song. But I like the under too. That's a what and 2? 24-2 you said, or
24-2 to the under.
To the under. Yes. Wow. That's
24-2 to the under since 2011.
Wow,
so
that's awesome. And road favorites of 6 days rest, just to support that selection. 20-9 to the under. So That's a pretty good stat. So you like the under in the Jets game of this weekend, and they unfortunately for the Jets, they lost their main running back Hall. Was it Hall? Breece Hall? Last week.
Yeah,
that was a tough one for them.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago they lost him. Correct.
Yeah. And Buffalo, hey, you know how hard it is to be perfect, and every team's gonna have a weakness, and we'll see if they correct that run defense last week against the Packers. All right, so that's Ross Benjamin with the pick on the Jets and Bills under 46.5, and let me see, 46.5. Do you buy a hook there and make it 47, or do you?
Again, to me, 46 isn't a key number. You know what I mean? So I would just leave it alone at 46.5. If it's only going to cost you 10 cents on a dollar to buy it up to 47, I would highly advise you do so. It's not a sign of weakness, but there's nothing worse than losing a game by a half a point.
Hey, just ask the people Western Michigan last night, with
no doubt, Bowling Green, yeah.
13-9. We hooked them, Dano. We hooked them. That's what we had. Yeah, we had the. We had to do it. All right, Ross. Thanks a lot for coming on the show again today, and stay away from those jelly donuts today too, as that's our pretty popular donut here in the today's poll question of the day. But what any games this weekend you're going to be focusing on, and people can get that.
I'll have a play on the Tennessee and Georgia game. I'll have a 10-star top play in the NFL on Sunday, and again, folks, 8-1 with my NFL 10-star top plays. College football the last 2 weeks have gone 7-3, so I've turned that around. And for those of you who have followed me, know when I begin a streak like this in college football, it usually is a prolonged streak, and I totally plan on around finishing the year extremely strong in college football. And one of the top rated handicappers in the NFL on a lot of sites right now. So, a lot of money to be made, folks. You just need to spend a little to make a lot. And again, ATSstats.com, and Ron will give you the instructions how you could find and purchase my picks.
All right, Ross, good luck this weekend, and thanks again for doing this on a Ross the Boss Thursday with the Raymond Report. And we love that Sabres hat too. It looks really good on you. All right, buddy, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next Thursday.
Thanks for having me, Ron. I look forward to it, and good luck to all the viewers out there, and thank you for viewing, folks.
All right. Thanks, Ross. All right. That's Ross Benjamin. You can find him each and every Thursday right here at the Raymond Report. Ross the Boss will have his picks inside the members area. And if you go to the website, atsstats.com, and you go to picks, and let me just go right here. You go to picks. You go to you can go buy single day picks, and then Ross he's got his Thursday night killer betting angle, and he also has Ross the Boss in his title right there. I love that. Ross the Boss Thursday night NFL Golden Total, and you can get Ross's pick each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, that was a lot of fun with Ross Benjamin, and so Ross went jelly donut on us, with white powder. I didn't see that one coming. Let me see here. Bills would have crushed the scoreboard without the ultimate turn. Yeah, that was a bad one, Mario? Where was it Josh Allen that fumbled on the one or threw the interception? Man. There was our cover, right? Buster Bazine says, I'm going to tease the over. Says Buster, well, maybe not. So he goes, maybe not now, because he probably heard Ross say the under. Double-digit NFL dogs are 5-4 ATS. Double-digit home dogs, 1-0 straight up. I need more volume. I think it may be a wacky game, but where extra points are scored, says a Buster. All right, let's get on with the show. And man, it's always fun to have Ross. Ross, he's professional, been doing this a long time, and he just brings a lot of pearls to the jewelry box, as we say here on the Raymond Report. All right, let's get to our good friend Allen Iverson.
We're talking about practice, not a game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
How silly is the 80% club stats these days? All right, let's take a look at the NBA, and then we'll go to the NHL. Hey, we're talking about practice. No, we're talking about 80% clubs stats, and you can get the 80% club stats each and every day. Do you guys check out the stats here every day? Do you guys go to the website? I've been doing this consistently, trying to find a feature that you guys really like a lot, that when you come to the website, you say, I got to get those trends. Hey, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. The Bucks are 15-3. We did this the other day. Is this? No, I'm in the wrong one here. Yeah, I'm in the wrong stat. Hey, I loved it so much, I wanted to say it twice. All right, there we go. There's the Joker right there. Joker's playing tonight against the Thunder. That'll be a good game. Now, the Warriors, Golden State, taking on the Orlando Magic. That, thank God there's Thursday night in hockey and baseball tonight, because I don't think that'll be a great game. The Warriors 24-1 straight up as a 7-9.5 away favorite, with the total more than 220 the last 6 years. That's good for 96%. Also, the Thunder 10-1 against the point spread as a 3.5, 6.5 point home underdog in the month of November the last 10 years. Wow, I think that's a mic drop off right there. But we'll do one more. And where's my let me get another good mic drop off. Do we have a mic drop off here? Let me see. Let's go down here. Only 2 games, so we don't get a lot of great stats, right? Let me see here. 9-1. Okay, we'll use this one. The Warriors 9-1 is a 7 to 9.5 away favorite in the month of November, the last 7 years. And those are your NBA trends. And no, you know what? Let me go back to my old 80% club. I'm not satisfied with those trends. I want more. Hey, I want more. I need winners, right, Mike? Where's there we go.
I want winners.
Yeah, I'll get you winners, Mike. Hang on. Hold your horses right there, Mike. And let me see if I can get you some winners. Here we go. Orlando's a home team the last 2 years, coming off 2 overs, 9-2 to the over. All right, there we go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Little Mike Myers for you right there. Little Canadiana there. All right, let's go to the NHL. I got 20 winning NHL trends for tonight. And again, you can get these trends each and every day right here at atsstats.com. The Washington Capitals are 15-1 as an away favorite versus conference opponent the last 3 years, taking on the Red Wings tonight. Seattle Kraken 9-1 to the over as a road team after a division game last 2 years. The Rangers at home tonight against the Boston Bruins, a little original 6 matchup right there. Hey, who owns the Rangers?
Joe, own the Chiefs.
Owns. I don't know. The Rangers 9-1 as a home favorite, playing the month of November the last 4 years, 15-2 the last 5 years. The Minnesota Wild, Isaiah's Minnesota Wild, 24-4 as a home favorite versus conference foes last 2 years. Washington 18-3 away favorite weekday games. Look at that, we even give you weekday stats right here. And where's my my mic drop off? We got a mic drop off here. I don't like giving trends with 2 games involved, so I won't do the Red Wings there. That's a pretty good one there too. All right, let's go with this one. The St. Louis Blues, the over 10-2 for the Blues as a home favorite before a non-conference game the last 2 years. And let me see any other good ones. Montreal Canadiens puck line as an away underdog, coming off 3-game road stand the last 6 years. Pretty good right there. And let me go back to my old 80% club. We get we'll do a double bonus of old and new, old school and new school stats today at the Raymond Report. I love the old school stats. I don't know about you guys, but the old school stats here, the old 80% club stats are is really good. What the hell is going on out there? You're talking about this one? Yeah, here we go. The Boston Bruins is a road team during the month of November, coming off a road win as a dog, 9-2 straight up, 12-0-2 on the puck line. And look at that. That's a pretty good stat right there. Puck line for Vancouver as a home team before a non-division game, total of 6, and they're coming off a home loss as an underdog. 10-2 on the puck line. And let me one for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Go Cat go. Let's do this one. Minnesota as a home team last 2 years on 1 day's rest, coming off an under, 13-3 straight up. And there you go. There's your 80% club stats, courtesy of your friends right here at ATS.
We talking about
stats.com.
practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Yeah, don't forget, we also got NFL football tonight. I forgot to do the NFL football game of the night. We got a game between Philadelphia and Houston. And for our New England Patriots fans, last Monday night,
The Bears are what we thought they were.
the Bears are who we thought they were. Got to give it to the Patriots fan, being a Bills fan. Like I said yesterday, they've been giving it for 20 years. Time to a little payback, right? A little payback for the Bears.
The Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were.
Yeah. Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Houston Texans tonight, and hopefully this will be a competitive game. Hopefully. Houston was competitive, when you look at the first couple of games of the year. 20-20 against the Colts, 16-9 against the Broncos, 20-23 against the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears are what we thought they were.
34-24 against the Chargers, 10, and the Jaguars 13-6, and then the blowouts start happening, right? But the Titans game, so you never know. You might get the one thing with Lovie Smith, he'll have his team ready tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 13.5-point favorite. I got a 27-18 final here, so I do have Philly winning, but not covering the spread, and I got the total landing on 46.1. And let's see what the ATS calculator has to say about this game. Let's go to the ATS calculator. Let's go Philadelphia. I'm sure it's going to show, this is analytics, right? From an analytics point of view, not situational handicapping. And let's see what the numbers say right now. And we got Philly winning by 13.4. Look at the bookmaker right over it. And 42.9 on the total. And what's the total tonight? 48. So maybe the under is where you want to go here tonight. Apple Fritter says, who's Mizzou? How you doing, A-type teams? How's our A-type teams Bruins doing tonight? Yeah, Bruins, they'll be good. You know, they're always good. But I'll have to look into the goaltending. And I want to see how Boston normally does in New York at Madison Square Garden. All right, there you have it. That is the show today for a Thirsty Thursday, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully you enjoyed Ross the Boss segment, and hopefully you'll take his picks this weekend. Hopefully they cash in for you. Alabama minus 13.5, and the under in the Bills Jets game this Sunday. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll be back here on a friendly Football Friday. And
the Bears are what we thought they were.
And we'll see if we got some Bears picks for you this weekend. All right, we'll see you back here on a Friday. And Harry Carey, get us out of here.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta be the man.
Joe, own the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
The Bears are what we thought they were.